everybody. Welcome to the studio. I'm glad you came along here today. Usually today is my live, but I have, I've kind of got my stuff set up for a Zoom thing that I'm doing on Saturday, and I don't want to like mess that up. So I am going to be doing this as a recording. So I hope you don't mind. We're going to do something really cool today, I think. We're going to use some different shades, some different colors, some different techniques to this. This is actually a good paint party photo. So if you want to do a paint party in your house, this is the perfect time to do it. This is a cow, and this is the tracing, and we're going to be doing a 16 by 20, I think this is 16 by 20 canvas. A little bit bigger. It's called a Highland cow. And I'll show you the different paints that we're going to be using for this. Now I've put this in place here, and I'm going to put my tracing paper underneath. And I'm tacking it with some tape. Tacking it down. We're going to trace this little thing. It's kind of a big thing, really, but it's going to get traced. So, let's see here. I want to make sure that stays in place. Okay, stay. Stay, stay. Then we'll do it this way here. Sorry for my arm getting in the way. Now, you might not be able to see the entire picture here. That's pretty good, I think. Let me raise this a little bit more here, my camera. Let's see. So you can at least see that part. Move it over. Okay, we'll see what we can do about that. Okay, and you want to get it kind of flat so that, you know, you can trace it decently. So I'm just going to put a couple more pieces. I'm tacking it to the tracing paper. And I'll have this up on the Patreon site for $1. And check it out. If you become a $5 patron, and if you become a, I think it's $10 and $20 patron, just check out what kind of incentives you get if you become a member of my Patreon. And I hope that you like my painting, and if you'd leave some comments, that would kind of help me out too. I like to see what you're thinking. And if these pictures are too easy, even that last one I did was kind of hard. So, you know. Okay, so I have a stylus, and I'm going to trace this little thing here. If you feel better tracing this flat, you can do that. I'm just going to trace it this way. Just take your time. Ooh. It's always hard because this is like a gallery wrapped canvas. So sometimes it's hard to trace right where the wood pieces are. It wants to go its own way, you know. So let's just go this way. Very slow, very slow. And my Sally's with me today in the studio. I have a new backdrop to my studio. I don't know if you can see it. It kind of runs out there. You can see sort of like the rest of the studio, but I have a beautiful door in front of me. So I kind of like that. I thought that would be kind of nice for spring. I'm so tired of this weather. I know that my friends in Texas, everything's going wrong for them, and I do hope and pray that you soon get some electricity and heat and water And the big corporations realize that keeping their lights on is screwing up people that need that heat and electricity. You can go a day without doing that. That's just ridiculous. This country has become so self-centered, people in it, and so money hungry, these corporations. I'm so glad I'm retired. Well, I do work part-time. I do work at the AR workshop. It's a really nice place. If you have one in your area, you ought to try it out. We do all kinds of wood kinds of things. We do blankets. But we actually use some tools, and if you're into that kind of thing, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. This is where it gets hard because I've got that wood that I'm going over right here. So it gets a little hard and tricky, and probably I'm right in the way too, huh? So, my daughter and I have finished our third book. I'm starting to work on the fourth, which hopefully will be out by Thanksgiving, and another one for Christmas, which I'm hoping will be out for Christmas. And this one is about a little boy who's coping with COVID and some of the things that he's going through with it. I mean, we're not the only ones that suffer from this. Kids do too, you know, like their schooling's disrupted. It sure is a mess. This should have never ever happened, and I think something is up with that. I don't believe that it just happened accidentally. And I'm not a conspiracy person. I don't believe it's a conspiracy, but I think that something went wrong there. And I won't say any more. Won't say any more. Let's enjoy this. It's got enough to worry about. Let's just have some peace and love. And if you're working, if you're doing a paint party, get some of that good old wine and do a toast to 2021. That the COVID goes away. People get their electricity. Keep them in your thoughts, keep them in your prayers. I think we've almost got this done. Now, a stylus is kind of nice. I mean, the only thing is that when you trace it, you can't see where you've traced. Okay, that's pretty good. That's good enough. Oops, just ripped my paper. I think I can see this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put some extra marks on here so that I know. I don't want to get too dark though. Let's see. I believe I have a charcoal pencil here. We'll just kind of, I probably could have drawn this myself, but we need something to go by. Just kind of comes down like this. I think that this is such a light tracing paper that it's hard to see what's happening with it here. I'll just do these couple things here we've got mostly everything there. Let's see. Everywhere that I cannot see, I'm going to do. This muzzle. Just a couple of lines here. Some here. Because once I start painting, these will go away, so I have to have something that I can follow. Gee, I can't see any of these. Alright, so there's one here. There's one that curves. And there's one that goes this way. Okay, same here. One that goes this way. One that's straight. And just a little one here. So now I think you can see this a little bit better too. This does not connect, and this does not connect. These are all like by themselves. Okay, this little bugger doesn't have any eyes. So his eyes are all covered, so we're good with that. All right, let me just get this out of the way. All right. So we got it traced. So we're gonna, like right now, mix some titanium white with a small amount of phthalo red. Okay, so these are my well, this is the first one. Phthalo red. This is a deco art painting or social artworking. So I'm gonna put some of this out on my palette. You're not going to be able to see this, unfortunately, because I'm kind of not set up like normal. All right. Okay, so let's see here now. So let's just mix we're going to mix 4 parts titanium white and a small amount of phthalo red, because that phthalo red is pretty potent. And you'll get a nice pink shade. Okay, so you're going to have a shade that looks similar to this. Can you see that? Okay. Now I'm going to get my 3/4 inch brush here. Well, this is a number 14 bright. So we're going to use that. Okay, and we're going to paint around the cow, all around. And we're going to paint this on the top of this canvas. And I hope you can see me here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can pull this up a little bit more. No, that's as far as it's going to go. Wait, let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. paint around the cowl. I'll tell you what, I'd like to have that a little bit darker, but I guess it is a light shade, so let's just keep going with the light. The way the photograph looks here. Around the horns. Around here. Don't forget to paint your edges. And I'll do that as soon as I get the background here. I went too far. That's part of the horn there. So, whoopsie. And we're going to go into this a little bit with this pink. Over here, this is his body, so we don't want to go into that. We're just going to paint around here, just around it. Just like that. Because there's going to be other shades that come in here into this. Okay, so I came down a little bit into here, but that's all right because that's going to get covered up a little with some other shades. So I'm going to go into my sides now. Don't forget those sides, okay? Because this is something, you know, this is like an awkward size for a frame, so you'll probably want to do the sides so that it looks neat and you won't have to frame it. As it starts to dry, you'll start to see some of your canvas coming through, so you want to probably do another coat. I'm doing this part here with that shade. think we've got pretty much here. I'm seeing some areas that are coming through the canvas. So you want to use as much up as you can of that pink. Making sure that you got everything covered nicely. There I go, starting to get my hands all messed up. Never fails. Oh well. So, I'm trying to look for a nice landscape to paint. I haven't found anything that I like. I know that was one of the requests. Even fairies, I haven't found anything I like in the fairy line either. So if you guys have a picture, you could send it to me. Via comment, or just tell me that you have a picture that you'd like to see if I can paint it. I'd be happy to try. Always fun to do something like that, you know. So, okay, I think I got this pretty much covered. It looks pretty good to me. Got my edges all covered. Okay, I'm cleaning out my brush now. Alright, so for the next part, okay, so we're going to put some deep yellow in the bottom right-hand corner. So, deep yellow. I have a little bit of deep yellow, and that's also Deco Art, Social Artworking, deep yellow. Now, if you have other shades in your, you can use whatever you have at home. You know, you don't have to use these shades that I've got. You can go for a cadmium yellow deep. You know, you don't have to use Deco Art. I mean, I'm just using the Deco Art to show you how these colors work and what happens with them when we do paint. They seem to have a fairly decent coverage. They're more fluid, and I know I've actually, oh no, you can't see what I'm doing here. Sorry. Okay, see, that's the right corner there. Okay. So I'm just painting this the deep yellow. Getting the sides again. Alright. So we're going to be painting randomly up to the ears with that yellow. So just kind of doing that. Kind of going over some of that pink that we just did. Okay. It's solid down here. Okay, so we're going to get a little chrome orange out. And this is, oh, you seeing all my stuff here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh boy, that's a mess, isn't it? Ugh. Yeah, oh darn it. Okay, let's see if that'll stay now, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to get a little chrome orange out. That's a Deco Art Color Chrome Orange. And I'm going to squirt a bit of that out on my palette. And we're going to put a little bit of that in there too. Like mix it in with this. And I don't have much on my brush. I'm kind of just like dry brushing this. And I'm going to get a little bit more of that yellow and kind of blend it in with this. Kind of making it just a real pretty shade of like a melon color. Like a peach. Some more of that yellow going here. All right. Then, okay, I'm going to save the brush. We're not going to rinse it out or anything. So we're going to get some of that phthalo red. Okay, wait a minute. I must have missed something here. Okay, so it looks like they did not give me, okay. With phthalo blue. Okay, so I'm going to get some phthalo blue out. Let's see here. Okay, let me see. I don't think I put it out on my, oh, here it is. Sorry. Okay, this phthalo blue is from Utrecht. And I had them in my studio around, so I'm a little bit goofy here right now. I'm having a hard time. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of phthalo blue out on my my palette. And this is Utrecht. I love their paints. I've had these for a while. So we are going to be painting, let's see, some of this cow. Let me see here. Around here, we're going to be painting this. The cow's ears. Okay, we're going to just mark this so I know what I'm going to do here. And then it says here to use phthalo red and use some this brushing downward on this back. So let's see what we can do here. This is the phthalo red, and so some of that, it kind of makes it look purpley, doesn't it? Looks kind of neat. Get some more of that phthalo red in here. Oops. Okay, we'll just pick that up there. Just loose paint. Get the sides here. Get some more of that phthalo, because it's a lot of this here. And I'm actually going to wet some of that phthalo because it is dry, and it'd be kind of nice to get that moving a little bit better than it was. I hope you can see this now. This is awkward, and I apologize that this is not working out the way I want it to, because this canvas is so big. But I'll show you as soon as I get this done what I've done. it seems to be just a tad darker through this area here, so we're going to see what's going on with that. I think it's probably some black or something. As soon as that dries, we'll get that better too. Because I want that bright red to show up like here. It's very nice here. I want that to happen with the this side, the other side too, you know. Okay, we're going to keep going with this. All right. I got a little bit more paint out on my palette here. Still using phthalo blue. And I'm just doing loose strokes here. Nothing crazy here. Just loose, nice loose strokes. Excuse me. Grabbing a little bit of the pink because I want some of that coming, or that red coming off of this. And up here, since we are dry now, I can put some loose strokes in. Okay, going back into my blue. And I think what I want to do here is get into this area also with some of that phthalo blue. It's going to get darker, but we have to have this underbase here, or this undercoat. Adding a little bit of water to my paint here. Just kind of coming down here like this. For some reason, my easel is making some noise. Let's see if I can, I don't think I can bring this up any, oh yeah, I can. Just so you can see it a little bit better there. Oops, I just painted over that pink. I don't want to paint over that. Little hairs that come out. And I'm going to put some white out on my palette as well. Now I'm using this white. This is Master's Touch. I kind of like this white. It's flowy. It really works well with a lot of things. So I'm putting this out because I want to add some white to this area too. But I'm going to actually add a little white, just a touch, into my blue. Just, I think Sally left me. And I'm going to paint in this area here. Just lighter. I want this lighter. Sounds like someone is doing snow removal. Just a little bit lighter than the rest of this area here. There she is. There she is. There's my girl. Yeah, there she is. How you doing, Sally, huh? How you doing? Oh, you're gonna go away now. You're gonna leave me again, huh? You're not gonna leave me, are ya? So I'm going kind of like in the direction of the way this hair might flow. Oh, hello. How you doing under there? Hmm? You peeking through the doorway. You peeking through the door. My dog, she's peeking through my doorway here that I have. Yeah, when you paint, I mean, I'm using the side of my brush right now to go into all these little areas. Because I want a nice crisp line in here. So you just want to make sure you use that like sideways. All right, now I'm going to use a little bit of that white, lighter mixture in here, like some of the places that have, where you can see through them. Just going to paint some of that with some of the light. Just tapping it in there somehow, you know, so that it looks like that's some of the fur. Some of that fur, just kind of get it a little lighter in certain places. Just certain places, because right now it's kind of like painterly looking, you know, like I tapped it in. And I have another phthalo blue. I'm going to try that just to see what happens, because I'm not real happy with the way that's coming out there. It's too shiny looking. I don't like that. But we're going to do the ears next. I'm going to paint those. This is a Winsor Newton phthalo blue. It's kind of on the green side here, and they've changed these things that they have more of the yellow and the green. So we'll see how this goes on. I think it might go on a little bit better because it came out of the tube nice. Just kind of giving it a little extra pizzazz here. We have to get the ears, so I'm going to just do that. We might be able to get that blue, that red a little bit lighter too, now that it's kind of getting dried out. Because it's dark, it shows up dark and light. So here also, we're going to do these ears. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit more, just to make them even looking. There. Okay. And we're going to paint the horns also. In the phthalo blue. Just turn it on the side. You're using the side of the brush, you're using it in a vertical manner. And then you can go in horizontally once you get that outline. You're going to connect the horns and the ears. And I could lift this up so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, let's see how that works. Hopefully it won't slide down. I think this is a fun little piece. Okay, so I'm going to rinse this out real good, this brush, because I want to get a little bit of yellow and blue into this area here. So I'm going to add a little white to some of the yellow, just kind of making a nice pale yellow. And I'm just going to put some like areas in here, like just kind of painterly like, just flipping it around here. We're going to get some blues in there too, it looks like. That's fine. Kind of make it look greenish. Rinse that out. And I'm going to get some of this blue and white. Just a tad of blue and white. Just light blue. Because phthalo blue is pretty intense. So you'll just need a little bit of that. So it's about a light blue like this. Okay, just kind of go through here too with that. And we're going to get that pink some more. I still have a lot of that left. I want to make sure my brush is very clean. So, kind of just go over some of these areas that... So I still had some of that pink left over. But I want a little texture in this, so it looks nice too. Just getting some of that in the background. Okay, I'm going to go into my yellow again, my light yellow. In here, kind of like that there. Okay, going back into my pink. Just kind of getting some of this into this area also. I don't know why this thing is squeaking so much. Oops. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see that? Maybe I could bring this down a little bit more. There we go. Let's see if we can see what we're doing here. Kind of like with a dry brush, I'm doing this. I want to get some of that yellow over here. Going into my pink again. Just blending it out. Get more yellow over here. I'd like to have this a little bit lighter. Just in through here a little bit. I like that orange too. It looks nice. So just getting that pink in there mixed up, and let's see, more pink here. Just kind of a little bit more blue. And I hardly have any paint on my brush. This is just basically doing a dry brush. I want to get some more of that pink, and in through here, just kind of tap that a little bit, so in through some of these areas here, like here, kind of just tapping it in there a little bit also. Rinsing out my brush again, going into my phthalo blue, kind of making that line a little bit better here. Okay. Okay. Now that pink, I want to get some more of that pink, that light pink in through here where it shows up a little bit better. See, now that it's dry, I can actually kind of get a little bit more brightness. And that's what I'm needing here, right in through some of this area here. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is starting to shape up now. Yes, it certainly is. Alright, so we're going to mix 4 parts of the deep red and 1 part phthalo blue. And we're going to put that on this hair area. So it's more like a deep purple. So let me get some more of my phthalo red out. We're going to mix 4 parts. 4 parts deep red and 1 part phthalo blue. Alright. I'm having a hard time with my wrist for some reason. It's acting up for the when I actually got all that done. This is pretty. Okay. It's sort of like a deep purpley color. Okay, so we're going to paint this. See, this is the color. It's almost like that blue, really. But it's like a, sort of like a purpley shade. And that's just the phthalo blue that I showed you, and the deep red that I showed before, Deco Art shades. Okay, now I'm just laying my brush flat here to make a nice straight line. Okay. Now in these areas here, I'm going to be holding my brush vertically to get those lines, and then I'll push down like that. So you're getting all this paint in here with the flat brush part of it. And then when you get to those little hairy things, you put your brush differently. So this will be horizontal. You're painting horizontally here. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're doing vertical to get into all the little crevices here. We want all that taken care of here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to come back up here with some light blue. Lighter blue. And I'm just kind of going like on the edges here. I'm going around just as if this was his hair. Just as if it was his hair. Get all those white spots covered up. Okay, so I'm going to go into my white again. Mix a little bit of light blue here with this. Just kind of go over some of this here, like here. Where it's got some of those light shades. Kind of just, I think right in here too should be a little bit. And I'm going to go a little bit lighter here. I am going to paint his ears and everything. So this is looking good so far. So we're going to mix a little bit of phthalo blue. Actually, like 2 parts phthalo blue and 1 part titanium white. So out on my my palette, I'm putting the phthalo blue. And 2 parts white. And it's going to be light. It's going to be very light. And I'm thinking it's going to be lighter than this blue right here. So let's paint this. Okay, and we're going to put some of this on the ears and on these here. Just kind of brushing it down a little bit, texturizing a little bit on the horns here. On the ears. And this blue that's inside here, okay, this is what's going to happen with that. We got to get some of this lighter in here and up in here. It's kind of like right here. Maybe some of this will go in here. Should be a little bit darker. Twisting it. I'm just twisting it. Same here. Twisting it. All right, let's get some more of that pink in there. I just put a little bit more of that in there. I kind of like that red in through here. Just like that. Kind of helps that to stand out a little bit. I like that. Okay. There'll be other shades in here too. Alright, so we're going to mix 2 parts phthalo blue, okay, which we did. We did the muzzle. Alright, this here part, I'm trying to think here. So we're going to make this here part a little bit darker. That should be the purpley shade. Instead of that light. It should be this color up here. Just make a little more of that. Kind of looks like an upside down pretzel. I might have to wait until this dries a little bit. But at least we can get some of it in there. You know, the outline of it. Okay. In here too. I just kind of like this color. We're gonna you have that artistic freedom to do what you want in these paintings. You know, like if you don't like something, change it. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Okay, this is that pretzel I was telling you about. And once this dries, I'll go over it again with a little bit darker, because it needs somewhat dark in through here. All right. Time for a little swig of something here. Okay, so we're going to go into our phthalo green. And that's also a Deco Art color. Okay. Oh, and I see you probably can't see what I'm doing. And I cannot get this to go back anymore. Let's see here. That's the only thing, that's why I don't like to use bigger canvases. Because that's one of the issues that I have. It just, I can't get all the parts in. Okay. Let's see if that'll work. At least you can see most of it. It's a little crooked. Maybe like that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to mix a little phthalo green and white. And this part actually is going to go into some of the background. We're going to put some of this in the background. We're going to put some of this on the horns, the ears, the chin. So let's do that first. Let's get the chin in, like around here. We're going to do a little bit. Okay, the horns. Some of that up in the horns. Ears. Horns. Some of it in the background here. That'll make a pretty shade. That's kind of neat. Just hitting it here and there with that kind of green shade. It's starting to come around now. It's starting to look like something. Kind of just dry brushing some of this areas. Okay. And I'm going to put some yellow here, and that'll kind of maybe make that look a little bit interesting. Get some of that orange. Pull that in there too. Without getting it all dirtied up. Don't want it to get dirty. Alright, I'm going to put that back in there. Let's get that nice and dark. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. The darkness here. And it's going to look just like a little pretzel in here. Just a little pretzel. I'm going to get a different brush here for a second, and I'm going to make this a little neater here. Just get a little lightness here. Kind of. This is it's a shade or number 4. I want this to be more kind of lightened up a little. chances are this is, you know, I'm not finished, but if I have to put something dark in here, I want it to be able to receive that. Okay. All right. All right, so let's see. We got the phthalo. Okay, so we're going to get some deepness into there with some phthalo blue. So, just going to pick up my phthalo blue, and we're going to make that nice and dark in here, just here and there. Here and there, just, that's why I'm using this smaller brush, just to be able to get that. Just kind of like here. It would have never shown up had I okay. All right. So let's get some lighter blue. And actually, I'd like to put some of this down and through here, that purple color. Okay, just kind of making it come together and match each thing. So that's that phthalo blue and pink that we used, or that red. Just darkening this part up here. I'll probably have to get more of the blue out on my oh, maybe I'll have enough. Looks like I might just have enough. Okay, so on his nose, now I'm going to get some white. I'm going to put more white out on my palette here. We're going to use some white and pink. Mix some, let's see what I need to do here. I think it's, okay, we're going to use some of the red, like 2 parts of the red and 1 part of the titanium white. So I had that pink white mixture and I still have some more of that. So I'm going to put some of the pink into that. And I'm just going to do the loose strokes just like they say here. Like this. Kind of come down like this. Okay. Comes over a little bit like that. Just like that. Okay, we're going to add some of these pink strokes up onto this hair here. Actually, I'd like to have that a little darker. I have like, it's kind of purpley color, but I think that red would be nice if it's a little darker here. And you're just kind of making little brush strokes of hair. Kind of like holding your brush vertically again. Going straight into that pink. Because I just like that red. It's actually red, but to me it looks like pink. Get that off of there. Yeah, you can just get some water and wipe it off. Or you can use a baby wipe, however you like. Add a little pink up in the ears here. And we're going to add a little bit more of that lighter pink, which I'm going to make some. I can keep it from getting blue here. Yeah, let me just rinse out my brush. Alright, let's see here. Some pink. I don't want it contaminated. Here we go. Okay. And we're going to add some of this in here. Still with the same, we're doing the same thing with the brush, just coming down, just making loose strokes. Same here. Like that. Okay. So we got those in. Alright, so we're gonna okay, let's see here. Okay, let me get some phthalo blue back out. Okay. And we want to mix some phthalo blue with 3 parts of titanium white. Okay. We want to make sure our brush is clean. Make sure that's clean. There's no blueness in there. And we are going to mix the white. Three parts of white with 1 part of the titanium. Okay. And I just scooped 3 parts to 1 part of the blue on my brush. And I get a nice shade of blue because, like I said, phthalo blue is pretty strong. So we are going to put this up in through here a little bit. Kind of giving just horizontal strokes, vertical strokes, vertical strokes. We're going to put some of that on the horns. Horns. Here's where you see that that's green. You can tell now. Here. We're going to put some in here. These just are strokes. You're not doing anything crazy. Just kind of, oops, we kind of just goofed out a little bit, but that's okay. Kind of just bringing that in there. Okay, we're going to put some of this in through here. strokes. Can you see that? So that's going all the way down to the edge of the canvas. Just little strokes here and there. And I'm holding my brush vertically. Okay, so that nice bright pink that I mixed, I got to put that around in this too. I got to put it around there. So let's get that in there. And right here, that's kind of like that bright blue, so I'm going to put that in there that I just mixed. That's going to come down here. Okay, like that. And then I want that dark shade of blue that we mixed with the pink. So let me get that shade mixed again. The red, I'm sorry, it's red. And we're going to put these in down in here. Get some of that nice and dark. I want that dark in there. Okay, and let me go back to that pink again. Still making sure. Okay, we're going to put some of those strands going up too. Let's see, pink, like pink. Pink and some white. Okay. This should come down here. I want this a little darker. Okay. And we're just doing painterly strokes. That's all we're doing here. Painterly. That's all it is. Kind of just going up and through here. Kind of bringing this all together. Hairy looking. Very hairy. But still maintaining that depth. We want to still maintain that. Okay? Still maintaining it. Pink and red and phthalo blue. Just kind of giving this more of a kind of getting some of that up in here a little bit so that it doesn't look like it's we want it to kind of look like a muzzle still, you know what I mean? Got to still have that look. So we'll just kind of get that in there. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good from what I can see there. Okay, all right, rinsing the brush. All right, so the next is we're going to use some chrome orange and a part of the red, and we're going to paint some strokes on the cow also with that. So we got the chrome orange. We're going to make it, let's see, let me think, 2 parts of the orange and maybe 1 part of the pink. How's that? You should still have some on your palette. Oh, this is pretty. 1 part pink. Okay. And we're just going to add some of these, okay, vertically again. Just add some of these lines here. Just kind of brushing them in. You know what? I'd like to add maybe just a tad of white too, because it's not showing up like I'd like it to show up. So I'm just putting a little bit of white in there just to kind of give it a little bit more punch. There we go. So that's like 2 parts orange, 1 part pink, and a touch of white. Just a touch. Add some of that also to here. All vertical lines, vertical. And we're almost done with this painting. Almost done. From what I can see on my camera, it's really looking nice. You might not see these lines show up as well, but they are there. They're there. I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of punch here. Okay. Poor thing can't see, though. That's the only bad thing about them. Okay, so let's see here now. We're going to go into our yellow. So we're going to go with 2 parts deep yellow with the 4 parts of titanium white. So, okay. We're going to highlight everything now. And this white, whoopsie, is... Okay, I just spilled my yellow. That's okay, we're still good. Okay, now there's a lot of yellow in here, so we're just gonna kind of tap it in here. Got some in through here. This is kind of bright, that's for sure. Okay, some here. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. Some in through here on his ears. I'm going to actually put a little bit of that up into his horns also. Alright, some more. Oh, we've got quite a bit of this yellow in through here, so I want a lot. This is what's going to brighten all this up. Can have some thick pieces too in this hair. Around here we want some. Around in here. So I'm just kind of tapping this in. Can have some right in here. Okay. I'm actually going to go into my yellow full steam, full force. We're going to put some of that in here too. Can have some of that in here too. I want to get some more of that blue in there too if I can. Here. Okay, some of that orange that I mixed. Okay, I'm gonna put some right in here. A couple of lines. We had that in our pattern. Even around here a little bit. We can make some of these stripes that come down like this, like It was part of his muzzle thing here. Just kind of giving a little bit of a glow in through these areas. Yeah, this is kind of like a painterly kind of picture. You know, it's kind of cool. I love this. Yeah, this is neat. Just grabbing some of that, making it look like it's orange. Okay, let me get some rinse on this. Let's see. I'm trying to think here what I really would. I'm going to sway some of this over, but before I do that, I'm just going to grab some of this light blue here, and I just want to kind of get a little bit of a thing there. Just kind of making this like that it's on an angle too. We want that. So just kind of brushing it like that. Okay, so I'm going to get some of my yellow and some of the other shades here, kind of brushing this over to the side. I'm going to start with the yellow here. Okay, so it comes over kind of like, we just want to get it over that way. Get some of that orange going in there too. Some of those dark. Just get some dark in here also, because there is like some shading through here. You have to, like, I've kind of covered it up, but this is the way he is. This is his whole deal here. I think I really like it. Now I want to get a little bit, let's see. I don't have neon pink, unfortunately. I don't have a pink that would work. I do have this bright pink. So let's see if this will work. I have an opera rose. So we're going to see how that works, because it's pretty neon looking. It's very, very bright. And we'll put it in some areas too. See how this works here. Just a highlight on the nose. Some of this in here. Just bringing it onto this, kind of highlighting some of this up in here. So it looks like it's a muzzle. Getting those ears. And I just want to get a little bit of the lighter bluish, pinkish shade. Like a purpley. And just making a few strokes in here. This should come down like that. Just kind of giving it a little bit of interest here, that it looks like there's hair. Okay, now let me get some more of my blue. my phthalo blue. Kind of just get some of these. Maybe I can make a little bit of that purple. Yeah. Don't like covering it all up, you know. I mean, okay, there we go. Well, I think it turned out really nice. I do like it a lot. It's pretty. It's really pretty. This would be really neat to do in pastels too, I think. Just get some of that out there. Be a nice picture for that. I'm thinking, like if you did a pastel piece with all these different shades, because they just look so pretty on here. Seems like, you know, like, let me see. This yellow, light, like yellow, light. I'd like to get a little bit more like on the ears and up here, because I'm sure that if this was outside, there'd be a lot of highlights there. Okay, let me step back. Okay, just one little area here that I could fix up here. I didn't like the way that kind of went up in there. So we'll just kind of just give it a little bit of a push there with some of this. Into that. There we go. And a little bit more here, just to kind of oh yeah, very good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this painting. I'm sorry for some of the poor video issues that I had here, but I think all in all it turned out very nice. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. It's something different, something I haven't ever tackled before, so it's kind of interesting. This is the point where you can sign your work, and I will sign it later. I don't think I have anything here to sign it with right now, so we can sign it. I would sign it right over here. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have any. Oh, wait. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I don't know if it's any good yet, so let's see. Oh, yeah. All right, so you want to sign it somewhere where it's light. So I'm just going to sign it right here, right in this area right here. Okay. Whoops. Nothing like losing the picture totally. Okay. All right. We have it done. It's signed, sealed, and delivered to you. My people here that watch my videos, I appreciate you. And I look forward to doing my next video. We'll see what I can come up with. Like I said, I still have not found anything that I like as far as a landscape or a fairy, which we voted on. So hopefully I'll be able to find something soon, and we'll get back to doing this again. So you guys have a really good day. Keep safe, keep warm, and keep away from that COVID. All right. We'll see you soon. Bye.